Bienvenue à EquipeHotel. Vous avez osé de venir à la présentation de BeYond. Nous allons procéder à l'anglais et en français, comme ça tout le monde peut se retrouver, mais évidemment les questions, vous pouvez les poser dans la langue que vous voulez. Si on connaît les langues, on a l'arabe, on a plusieurs langues, donc c'est une des possibilités. Alors je dirais, attachez vos ceintures parce que on va s'envoler. Un tout petit voyage de BeYond et le management, ce qu'on croit du futur.
Good morning. As Ilse said, we will proceed in English and Francais so that all the different people can have, some information in their proper language. Meet our team. Today we are four. We have Ilse, who is pretty much the international hospitality expert, but she's a lot more than that. She teaches and is also a very inspiring woman. Next to Ilse, we see Guy. Guy, who is our holistic mind and body therapist. That's the guy over there. So the body has almost no secrets for him. You will see that the management of tomorrow will not just focus on the brain, will go a lot further, but more in the rest of this presentation. Next to Guy, you see Mahmoud on our right side or left, depending on where you are. And he is as well CEO of a very nice holding, and we will hear and maybe even taste a bit more of that later on in this presentation. But he's also an engineer, but not just a mental type of engineer. He's really a creative guy, and we're very happy he's with us. Myself, I've got some years of experience in international and intercultural coaching. I work with frequency therapy, craniosacral work. So we get, as you will see, the different types of energy represented here in our team. The red wire, however, between the four of us is our holistic viewpoint and our passion for growth and lifting of people. So that will be the red wire of everything we do with our company called BeYond. Beyond expectations, beyond limits, beyond, and you can fill it in the way you want it.
Nous savons très bien que vous vous posez la question, encore un coach, encore une organisation qui va nous former. Et bon, on espère qu'à la fin de cette présentation, on a vraiment prouvé qu'on pense différemment, qu'on agit différemment et qu'on est vraiment différemment après les études qu'on a fait pendant 1 an.
So maybe time to explain a little bit why we might be different. In the first place, we do have quite some passionate experience. Passion is our middle name. We worked international, that means in not almost, in all continents of the world, which means that we have intercultural experience. And we work as well in different business areas. So hospitality is one thing, but we have been working in manufacturing companies, in service companies, banks, insurances, name it, and we have some link with it. And we do work at the different levels. So we are in management or directors boards. We are at the kitchen table when strategies are designed. We work at the operational level, and as you will see, we love to work boots on the ground. So not too theoretical, but really practical support. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Alors, qu'est-ce que nous avons fait pendant 1 an, presque 1 an et demi? Nous avons fait des interviews avec nos clients. On leur a demandé qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent du futur, quels sont les challenges d'aujourd'hui. Et on a mis par les différentes expertises, on a mis tout ensemble. Et puis, on s'est enfermé pour créer une nouvelle pensée du management et de la formation. Parce qu'on pense que le futur est très brillant, mais quand même très différent de ce qu'on notre expérience de maintenant. Donc ça, c'est notre but, pas seulement d'être très différent de formation et d'expérience, mais le mettre ensemble en faisant des recherches.
Okay, so we see the individual as an energy center. As you all know, when we talk about consultancy, management consultancy, usually we start from the shareholders' value. We got some company goals and KPIs, and we push them through the throat of our people. I know in a matter of speaking, but it will usually be a top-down story. We want to reverse that. We want to start from the strength. We want to start from the individual, and we will start from within. So that means that the growth from within comes and starts with a certain awareness. People need to know where they stand. People need to be made aware of where the growth points are. And we will guide, conduct, support, facilitate that process. We want to balance different energies. We will talk about the energies in a minute. And the idea is that by balancing the energies and transform the individuals into solid team members, it will propel the company forward a lot more than it is done today.
Alors, les premiers pas qu'on fait, c'est rendre l'individu conscient de 4 points. D'abord, son corps, et comment on a Guy dans notre team de connaître ton corps, de respecter ton corps, mais aussi d'avoir des signaux pour ton corps quand il y a quelque chose qui ne marche pas. Deuxièmement, l'esprit, et qui nous donne la joie, les émotions et la vie spirituelle. Ce sont 4 piliers qu'on utilise tout le temps à dévoiler dans l'individu. Et on commence toujours par l'individu, pas avec le management team, ce qui est complètement contraire que ce qu'on fait en général.
Yes, we are a little contrary in our approach, but that's really a nice thing to do. Now, what you will see, and that is extremely important for us, and I think it's our trademark, we are boots on the ground, meaning that we are not report writers that make a very thick report, send it to the management team, send our invoice, and then leave the stage. We really want to be there during the journey. So we really facilitate, conduct, and support the people during the entire journey in the field.
Et comme on a dit, on relâche les énergies individuelles et là, on ajoute des fréquences dépendant de l'individu. Donc pour nous, chacun est différent et en commençant, nous sommes différents et on a de l'aide de nous 4 selon le besoin de l'individu. Donc en fait, on utilise dans nos systèmes de l'art, de la musique, l'aromathérapie, la fascia, dépendant du groupe qu'on a devant nous. And we make your heart sing.
Okay, so you might have noticed we have 4 banners here somewhere in the field. These banners were wisely chosen, and they consist of red balls and green balls. So we try to use a little bit of the traffic light system. The idea is that each and every one of you, every one of our clients, all the individuals, go and check together with us where they stand in terms of their mental energy, the physical energy, the spiritual and the emotional energy. And together we will focus on where we can grow. So we work from the under part up to make people aware and work towards one holistic life energy. So we are a human being. We are not just a brain or a heart or a body or whatever. We are just the unity. And that's what we need to emphasize a lot more on. Just go back to the classical coaching and mental training. Then you'll see that they just feed the brain and they don't emphasize enough on the other elements. We know that's not so easy to do, especially not in our Western culture. But, well, maybe we're just ready to make that switch by now.
Et pourquoi est-ce que nous sommes à EquipeHotel? Évidemment, avec mon passé, il y a pas mal de clients et des gens dans mes environs qui ont quand même des challenges qui disent d'aujourd'hui et qui pensent au futur. Donc, nous avons 2 témoignages de nos clients.
To start with, let me push that button again. So we have seen on this fair lots of robots, AI, technology, IT. So indeed, lots of things can be automated and might even work a bit smoother without the human error, but we will still need staff. We will need staff for, for eternity. And the idea is that today we have shortage of staff. That's one of the hospitality challenges that we face, and that might even become a lot worse in the future. Even though we are very positive, we need to face the facts. So this shortage of staff will force us to attract the right people, but also to retain them. It's already very difficult to get the right people on board, but we will need to shift our minds and our mindset in order to keep them on board, and not with chains attached, but really by the individual choosing for the company over and over and over again. That's the idea. As Ilse said, we do have a témoignage. It is in French, so if the video works well.
Chez nous, le slogan Happy Feelings in the Hand est central et vous le remarquez dans tous les aspects de notre hôtel. Nous créons un environnement chaleureux non seulement pour nos clients, mais aussi pour nos employés. Pour nous, il est essentiel que chacun se sente chez lui, quelle que soit son origine ou sa croyance. Un employé heureux rayonne pendant et dehors de ses heures de travail, ce qui rend notre hôtel unique. Notre solide réputation attire spontanément des candidatures de flexi, des étudiants en emploi et des candidats à des postes permanents. Cela nous permet heureusement de ne pas souffrir d'une pénurie de personnel. Nous considérons nos employés comme la valeur la plus importante de notre entreprise et nous sommes heureux d'investir dans leur développement.
OK. Le prochain témoignage qu'on a, c'est Michel Cotteret de l'hôtel Martinez à Cannes, qui naturellement a une clientèle de luxe qui est demandant. Et lui, quand même, il dit, bon, il y a de plus en plus qu'on demande, il y a de plus d'exigences, c'est différent, c'est personnalisé. Donc, j'espère qu'on a son témoignage. Sinon, il arrive ici vers midi, on peut lui poser les questions.
Bonjour de Cannes, mon nom est Michel Cotteret, je suis le directeur général de l'hôtel Martinez, un hôtel iconique sur la Côte d'Azur qui accueille du public depuis 1929. On me pose la question, est-ce que l'attente des clients s'est modifiée au fil des ans? Évidemment, avec les séjours plus courts, avec la technologie, avec la typologie des clients, nous avons dû nous adapter, avec grand plaisir d'ailleurs, dans l'industrie du luxe, aux attentes des clients. Quelles sont-elles? Elles restent certainement les classiques du confort, de la discrétion, de l'anticipation des besoins, mais certainement aussi de l'attention aux détails. Mais il n'y a pas de recette magique pour accueillir des clients et remplir leurs attentes. D'ailleurs, le client n'est pas forcément le même. Il peut être un client progressiste de conférence, ou un client de loisirs, il peut être un client de première visite, ou un client répétitif qui a des attentes différentes. Enfin, il peut être un client des États-Unis ou du Moyen-Orient, et leurs besoins ne sont pas du tout les mêmes. Donc, nous, les hôteliers, nous devons toujours faire des recettes avec des très bons ingrédients de base, mais la recette est modifiée. Il faut la variété et on devient en fin de compte des alchimistes de l'accueil.
It is interesting because Michel is talking about the ever-evolving challenges and expectations from clients. We have professional clients, we have loisir clients, we have kids, we have families, we have business, and they all evolve at light speed. So he is talking about how he deals with that in his high-class hotel, Martinez in Cannes. But we shift to the next slide, flexible as we are. So we have been speaking about those four energies. It's not coincidence that we repeat that like 15,000 times, because this is key to the future growth. If we check the normal management consultants, then we see that they usually focus on the mental coaching, on the mental classroom training, etc. We're not saying that at BeYond we will not use that, but let's say that we would only focus that on like 25%. We will holistically merge that with, as we spoke, with physical things. Physical things include body therapies, also include work with frequencies. That includes, all types of advice in lifestyle, food, nutrition, etc., etc. So we want to go really a bit further than the classical. And the most undervalued thing or energy in business coaching definitely is emotions. So we will give a place in the emotions, and we all know that if the emotional energy is well fed, then we can really achieve a lot more and we can get a lot higher. The idea, we know the word spiritual can have some connotations like, are we going to take our feet off the ground now? No, the idea is not to do that, but, to go more into the purpose, to get more into the total life energy. What are we doing here? What are our plans? We see some very young people here, so they should be, filled with plans and with ideas and with dreams.
They are.
Okay, you can testify that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea is indeed that all that we do in combining all those energies definitely is unleashing the power and the potential from within.
Alors, nous avons dit au début, qu'est-ce qui nous fait vraiment différent que les autres? Nous commençons toujours par l'intérieur de l'individu. Il y a deux mots qui sont très importants là-dedans. C'est l'intérieur et l'individu. Avant qu'on va vers avant pour avoir la vision de la société et de mettre en valeur la vision de la société. Donc, pour nous, l'individu est unique, mais c'est justement la façon que l'être humain est unique qu'on peut les mettre ensemble et avoir un management qui va vers le futur parce qu'ils n'ont pas de blocade, ils n'ont plus de blocade d'émotion ni d'énergie. Et une fois qu'on a cela, on peut aller vers l'avant. Donc ça, c'est vraiment très, très différent. Et avec les 4 piliers qu'on travaille dessus et les 4 expériences qu'on travaille dessus.
Okay, so let's go to another subject now. BeYond is doomed to be positive. So empowerly positivity is one of the anchor points in our DNA. Now, by the way, did you know that our body consists for 70% of water? Now, if you see a couple of experiments that have been done with water, we'll start with the left one. You see this guy turning a little potentiometer, so volume meter it is, with a specific frequency. If you put that on water, you see what that water does. This is not fake. This is really just a streaming water flow that is, well, you know what it does. It's like a staircase that it becomes. So you can imagine if someone talks or does something with you with a certain frequency, being 70% of water, what happens with your inside. The right thing, you should check that on YouTube or whatever, is Dr. Emoto's water experiment. And he is specialized in freezing water. And during the process of freezing that water drops, he gives music or he speaks to the water in a very gentle way. When it is gentle, then you can see, well, this laser does not work on screens, but like you see here that we have the positive symmetries that you get in the freezing process. While if you have like, sorry for the metal fans, but if you would put like hard rock or very heavy metal or, disgusting language, like angry speaking, then you'll see that you get amorph formation of those crystals. So the impact of language, the impact of how people interact is extremely important just for how our body reacts.
Yes, and nous savons aussi que le management en général perd beaucoup d'énergie à cause des perceptions. Les perceptions d'autres individus du management ou de membres du personnel. Donc, ce qui est très, très important pour nous, à côté de travailler de l'intérieur vers l'extérieur, c'est la joie de vivre. Et de rire du fond de son cœur et de faire chanter son cœur. Alors, riez un maximum.
So I would invite you to look, we will put that on our website too, but there's a free software that you can find online that just makes you look into the camera. And if you can see here, it just tells you whether you're angry or whether you're happy just by measuring you. So when the computer can do that, you can imagine that your client or your employee or your boss or whoever will also see that. So the way you put yourself forward is extremely important. So every now and then, check in the mirror and laugh and smile all the time.
So make your heart sing. And if you have, si tu as toute ton équipe qui chante, mais qui chante du fond du cœur, tout le monde se retrouve dans le flow et tout va beaucoup plus facilement. Donc, les deux paramètres, l'individu, de l'intérieur vers l'extérieur, la joie de vivre et la joie du management, pour nous, c'est très, très important.
Okay, so in this half hour, it's pretty difficult to show and to tell you everything we would do, because it really depends on the organization, the company, the individuals you work with. So as we already said, we will do a lot of these things, but also a lot more. We'll do one-on-ones, we'll do art workshops. You might end up on a massage table like that, but not with a robot, but with our human robot, Guy. So there's a lot of interesting things to do, and there is no just unique one-size-fits-all. We will never do the same project on two companies, so it will really always depend on who you are, where you're heading for, and also where you are in the process. We will have companies that are already a little more aware with their individuals, aware of the fact that the individuals propel the company forward. We will have some organizations that are not yet so far. So we will take the time to respectfully join in and see what the possibilities are to grow further. So this is just really a couple of things. The aim, however, is that we create stronger people. We create more happy people, but really happy, not like just go to work, get some money in, pay some bills and taxes, and then go home again in order to start again on Monday. But guys who say, yes, off we go to work, and we're gonna hit some challenges today, etc., etc. So that will be the aim. So your staff becomes more happy, they become more motivated. Can you imagine, you should know that highly motivated people easily achieve 200% and more of what they are supposed to do. And they do it with fun and with a laugh, instead of just because they have to or because it's their KPI. So isn't that what every company kind of dreams of?
I think so. I do. Ce qui est très, très important, c'est la dignité de l'individu. Et la dignité donne le courage. Et vous savez que vous tous, on a un petit cadeau de Mahmoud. Et déjà, quand vous allez voir, ce sont des dates en or, c'est de vrai or. Alors l'or représente vous-même, votre dignité, le respect. Vous êtes unique. Et la date à l'intérieur a tous les vitamines qu'il faut. Il a toutes les énergies qu'il faut. Et puis, il y a la douceur et aussi le plaisir de la date dorée. Donc, et en plus, il y a des fréquences dans la date pour être toute la journée en joie. Donc, on vous souhaite beaucoup de joie de vivre, beaucoup de vision, beaucoup de création. Et merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui. Nous sommes disponibles pour les questions.